Hey there! You might be wondering who is this douchebag. So, my name is Zubi. You can call me Zubi. And this is the very first video that I'm putting on this channel. I have no idea what shape all of this will take, but I know what's going on in my mind. And if you're dealing with polyamory, jealousy, envy, or just a non-traditional relationship, maybe you'll feel a little bit less alone here. Quick context before I tell you the whole story. I'm starting this channel for two reasons. One, I need a place to organize what's going on in my life. And two, if sharing with people helps me, maybe will help others too. And that's a huge bonus. There will be two kind of videos that I will upload. One like this, a bit more structured, where I sit down and I just tell a story. And then there are what I call brain dumps. Just very raw, almost no editing, and it's just me talking to the camera. So yeah, this is one of the most organized one. Let's start with a breakup. A few months ago, my classic monogamous relationship ended. We've been together for more than 5 years. I won't get into the details because that's not the point of the video. What really matters is that after that I had a lot of time to spend by myself and asking me stuff like, why didn't it work? What is that I really seek into a relationship? And what kind of person do I want next to me? And to be honest, I really thought that I would be alone for a while. The little I knew. So, the festival. My friends go like, oh, you should really come with us to this festival, which is called Montelago Celtic Festival. And I said, yeah, why not? And I go there with really simple expectations. You know, music, having a good time with my friends. And I wasn't really hunting for a relationship or disposable relationships. And in the last days of the festival, this person shows up. I already knew who she was. We'd seen each other in my hometown, but we never had like a proper occasion to connect to a deeper level. Right now, we like to joke that the universe knew that we weren't ready yet. But this time at the festival, we started talking and having a good time together. And I really like the way she just is. She looks free and joyful to me, and the way she thinks, and I'm instantly curious about her. One night we end up like kinda alone, detached from the rest of the group. Nothing cinematic, nothing dramatic, no spicy stuff. We just do silly stuff, we just talk, we just laugh, and I really felt good. And that feeling stuck with me for a while after the festival. And when the festival ends, she's still in my head. So I say, you know, I should ask her out for a beer. And she said, yeah, what? And on that first date, something pretty rare for me happens. I feel understood completely. Because, you know, I'm quite nerdy. I have some weird interests. You know, video games, science, physics, even though I'm not a scientist. And I have a very specific way of thinking, and I usually feel a bit out of place. But with her, everything is easy. She follows what I say. Her brain seems to work like mine, and we laugh at the same stuff. I feel really good, like really good, holy shit. And we keep talking in the days after, and it becomes obvious that we are kinda into each other. So, before my birthday, I think like, okay, I have to invite her. I want her to my birthday party. And before that, she mentions that she's not monogamous. More like a bit of a heads up more than a big conversation. And I just store that into a corner of my brain and stay curious about it. Then, the day before my birthday, I go pick her up at a station in a city nearby, and that night we kiss for the first time. And at that point, I think that it was clear that that was not a crush. Like, I really like this person. And we start dating, like proper dating. And we sat down and talked a bit more seriously about our whole situation. She explains to me that she's polyamorous and what her situation looks like. I already knew that she wasn't strictly monogamous, but this conversation is where everything becomes clear. And the fact that she took the time to explain everything to me was like a signal that, okay, she's taking this relationship seriously, and that's not just casual. She tells me that at the moment she has two other partners, one in place A, I won't say where, and one in place B. And she also explains a new concept to me, like the nesting partner. That's the person that you imagine your future with. Maybe living together in the future, building a more stable life, stuff like that. And comet partners, which are people that you don't see very often, maybe due to distance, but they still matter a lot. What really hits me is how she talks and she deals with it. She's very gentle, very honest, and really paying attention to how I might feel about it. And that actually makes me really want to listen carefully instead of maybe panicking and shutting down. From there, things got interesting. I come from a monogamous background, so of course I've got all of the default ideas in my head. If the person that you love sees someone else, that's a threat. It means that I'm not enough. They'll replace you. For me, these haven't been like huge breakdowns, but more like, okay, that's all the old fears again. And I try to meet with these feelings with curiosity more than panic and anger. In polyamory, there is this word, which is metamours, and it just means your partner's partner. At the beginning, I could see metamours like rivals, which honestly just makes sense because, you know, I've been monogamous for my whole life. Then I actually get to know them a bit better through her and what she says, and they turn out to be really kind, caring, and really focused on my partner's well-being, and also kind towards me. They say nice things about me and they respect our relationship, and slowly my brain goes from this person might be a threat to this is just another human who loves someone I love. So it becomes less of me versus them and more, hey, there are more people caring about the same partner. And weirdly, everything feels just more natural than I expected. And this keeps evolving. For example, next weekend she's going to see my other metamours, and I'm really curious about how I'm gonna feel about it and how my emotions will move around it. I don't expect it to be super easy, but I also don't think that it will be as hard as I used to imagine before. It feels more like a next step into this journey rather than big scary stuff. You know, jealousy and insecurities still pop up at times, but they're not ruining the show anymore. They're kinda in the background now, and I feel like I just want to sit down with my emotions rather than shutting them down. And I just see them as part of a process, and I'm really interested in watching how they will change over time. And that's one of the main reasons of why I'm doing all of this. Meanwhile, our connection grew stronger after a period where we didn't see each other. because of distance. She lives like 2.5 hours away from here. Meeting again felt like pressing on a huge button that says confirm. Being with her is incredibly easy. I feel more at ease than I have in a long time. She's my partner, but she's also one of my best friends. We have the same sense of humor, we do the same jokes, we understand each other pretty quickly, and I really care about her deeply. Lately, we've been talking a lot about what we want in our future. Knowing that she also pictures a future with me really changed the flavor of jealousy for me. It's not gone, it's just manageable. I can talk with it. I think I'm starting to understand what they call compersion. That it's that feeling that you feel happy seeing your partner happy with another partner. I think I'm very much at the beginning of this process. But there are moments in which I feel really happy and I say, I'm glad she has this. I'm glad she is happy and I'm glad she can be happy with someone else. And the weirdest thing about it is that I'm not just happy for her, I'm happy for her partners. And I feel good that also these other human beings can be loved and cared for. So yeah, it's just a bit of a work in progress, but that's the direction, I think. Less fear and more shared joy. So that's it right now, more or less. In future videos, I want to go a bit more specific about maybe my past, how I deal with my jealousy when it shows up, and all of this shift that it's happening in my brain. So if you want to follow along, I will share more of my stories and more of my emotions, hoping to find other people like me. So I'm Zubi and thank you for watching, I guess, and I hate trains. Guess in the comments why. See ya.